Oh,
We
yeah.
made it. Look, we are finally here at the greatest holiday ever.
We are 2 days away. This
Ah,
guy is already, there's even warrants out for his arrest because people have been saying that there's a stalker that's in the neighborhood.
that's true. I pulled up to my kid's school this morning when I dropped him off, and as we were getting there, I put this mask on, and I dropped him off at school, and he's just looking at me like, "Dad," and I go, "It's Halloween, baby." And
That, that,
like,
it's,
like all the moms are like, "What is wrong?" And I'm like, "Hey, mama."
Yeah, I always wonder, what do the other people think about you?
I
Is
don't know.
this guy is just way off of his element. So he's, but you have been a fan of Halloween forever.
Yes, forever. It's true.
I mean, when did it start? When you were a kid, you started off right away that every October meant it was Halloween, and that you were going full guns.
Yeah, and I think I also, like I'm not saying Luke isn't having fun with Halloween because he is. He's my son, so obviously. And trick or treating's been awesome for him. It's the experience leading up to it. But I also think in all fairness, I think I grew up in the heyday of Halloween. Like, when you look at it back in the '80s, like number one, we were getting some of the best '80s horror movies ever. Granted, I couldn't watch them unless I snuck them. But we also had so many more people decorating, giving out candy, like the streets were crowded. I'm not saying it's not that way now because Luke and I have seen it, but I think what I do is lay the groundwork. Okay, we decorated pumpkins one night. We decorated the house. Okay, we're watching creepy movies. I bought him these mini canvases that have like designed Halloween stuff on them that he can paint. So
Uh-huh.
we're gonna do that. We made our own decorations. Like we baked cookies. Like so, it's the whole month of just the experience, and then ultimately to the Halloween day. And of course, I start watching my horror movies October 1st, man. I mean, I don't stop.
Yeah, I mean and I grew up basically it was all about the candy and the trick or treating, and you'd go out and get a costume and you'd wear it once, and then you'd either share it with a neighbor or whatever you'd trade off. Uh, and it was just really all about the walking around the neighborhood and the candy and knocking on doors and
Sure,
saying trick or
sure.
treat. But there is so much more to the holiday. Now, I will say, and I know you just go nuts over the horror movies. I've never been a real horror movie fan. There are a few, but the more blood and gore and guts, the better you like it. Uh,
Well, yeah, and yes and no. Look, as I found myself getting older, there are a couple things I'm not into. So
well, also
since we're
for Luke's sake too.
well, yeah, well, I got to wait and watch most of my stuff when he's in bed.
Yeah.
He's itching though. He's itching because he has a lot of these masks. This is his mask, by the way, not mine.
Oh,
I have my
sure. Yeah.
own.
Right.
This is what he was for last Halloween. So, but I would never let him watch the Scream movie right now. He doesn't need to see it. You know what I mean? But he's itching. He's asking me, Dad, when can I watch, Jason? When can I watch? So I've talked to him about it. He's not there yet. There are plenty of other movies that are not just for little kids, that are for the family. Example, I'll talk about a couple things right now. One of the best movies to come out. I wish it would have came out in October, but it came out like a month ago or August. I don't know. I'll tell you right now is Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. The second Beetlejuice is absolutely, and I'm a Tim Burton fan. I love Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
This movie is not one of those movies where you watch and you say, "Oh my God, why are they doing it?" You're looking at it going, "Oh my God, I'm glad they did it." Because it's funny. It dives in a little bit to the more lore of Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
It does not try to overdo it. It adds more characters. It connects to the original story. It is absolutely phenomenal. Luke saw it, loved it. I loved it. Great family movie to watch. Yeah, there's a couple swear words, but you don't have to worry about killing or I mean, like it's
Right.
very fun, you know. And the other one that we watched is The Curse of Bridge Hollow on Netflix. Great movie starring Marlon Wayans. Came out in 2022. And this movie in particular is about a teacher gets a job in Bridge Hollow, which essentially reminds me of Salem.
Yeah.
And he goes there, moves his family out of New York, and the town loves Halloween. They embrace it like huge, everybody. And he is not a Halloween guy at all. But what happens is there's a curse of the town. His daughter finds this cursed item and it turns all the Halloween decorations alive. So you literally have like zombies in the front yard that are fake. They're alive, but they're not zombies with blood. They're literally Halloween decorations walking. And when the one bit a guy, the guy didn't turn into a zombie because it's fake. You know what I mean? Like, but it was really cool. It even had like these witches that were like stick witches, and they showed them flying through the air, but they didn't look like real witches. They looked like Halloween decorations. But it's a good movie, man. It's funny. It borderlines creepy, and it's really good for the family. But then you got the other ones, you know. And we talked about the gore, and I will tell you right now, I've made a pretty big decision on some of them. There's a movie called Terrifier about this killer demonic clown, and I watched the first two. I'm not going to the third one. I don't think there's a purpose for it. It's just gore for the sake of gore,
Yeah.
and
Well,
I'm just not
you
into it, man.
that I guess it would qualify as kind of a spooky movie, but isn't there the new version of Joker, which also has Lady Gaga
Yeah.
and
I
all?
saw it. I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to give a review on it, but I will say that no.
No, just
It didn't work. We didn't need this sequel. We didn't need it. It doesn't, there's too much going on. And I think Lady Gaga is beyond talented and Joaquin Phoenix is beyond talented. I think there was a missed opportunity there. It's essentially a courtroom drama slash musical.
right, right.
And
Yeah.
it's weird. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. But
Yeah. It was just
uh,
timed to come out around Halloween because it was
eh,
creepy looking.
but I mean, like, there's so much other stuff to do. And, you know, around us, I mean, you know, we have some really great events
Yeah,
for
I was
Halloween.
just going to say the other thing, and this is really how we got connected originally, was that you wrote some articles about some haunted places, and all around the country there are reports a lot of paranormal activity and all, and for those people that follow it, this is the time of the year to really soak it up.
Well, there is. I mean, there's paranormal walks that you can do in Dallas. There's paranormal walks you can do in Fort Worth. I mean, if you think of the Fort Worth stockyards and the history there, yeah, there's a lot. But I mean, there's also like you want to go shoot zombies with a paintball gun? Guess what? You can go do that. And it's a haunted, you're on a bus and you get a turret out the window and they drive through the forest and zombies are coming out everywhere and you shoot. So I mean, these are real people, like, and you're just getting the experience of like, cool, this is my practice round for the zombie apocalypse, you know.
Right,
And after that, after you get off the bus, they have all these food trucks and they have campfires and hot chocolate, and then they have shops. And man, Luke and I are going to that, dude. We already got our tickets, man. Like, dude,
yeah.
what better way than to ride a bus and shoot zombies?
Yeah, it's an extended experience. I remember, especially my teenage years, used to be a lot of hay rides that out in the
Yes.
farmlands, and all the farmers would get the hay wagons out, and you'd go around a nice crisp cold. You'd have a little apple cider with maybe a little something added to it, and
Sure.
and that was all part of the Halloween autumn solstice experience too.
100%. And like, because Halloween, unfortunately, unlike Thanksgiving, like it falls on a new day every year. So,
Yeah.
we're on a Thursday this year, which kind of sucks because, school. But I made it a tradition where we just skip the next day of school. I don't care. And so Luke and I
Oops.
will go. No, I didn't even care, man. Like, so we'll go. He'll go to school on Thursday, do whatever Halloween things they're doing.
Right.
And then that night, we'll go trick or treating, rock out, come back to the house, eat some candy, watch a scary movie. This year, we're going to watch. Luke has elevated, so we're going to watch Shaun of the Dead, one of my favorite movies. But it's a zombie comedy starring Simon Pegg. Yes, there's a couple swear words. Yes, there's some blood, but it's a comedy. So we're gonna do it this year. He's really excited about it. Um, and then the next day we just skip school and I skip work and we just hang out. Because I mean, who wants to go experience trick or treating, stay up late with candy, and have to get up and go to school the next day? Like they're
Right.
worthless. The kids are worthless.
Right.
So we that's a new tradition when it falls on a school day. Um, but I mean, I think that there's so much stuff to do and so many different costumes. One of the biggest costumes this year with kids and adults, and it's something I haven't revealed my costume yet to the world, so I'm not going to say who I'm going to be. But it's Bluey. It's characters from the Bluey show, which is the complete polar opposite of what it was last year, and that's kind of cool. And I think people think you have to just be scary all the time, but you can kind of just do whatever you want.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not called it's called a costume. And it doesn't necessarily have to be headless.
Yeah.
And all it's and I mean I really get a thrill. My grandson is 14 years old now, and so he's probably going out more for the candy and hanging around the
Sure.
neighborhood. But
Yeah, why not?
man, in his neighborhood, and I love going over there and walking around his neighborhood because there are neighbors that have hot dogs on the grill for the
Hmm.
people in the area. They got others that got a little mini bar set up and are giving
Yep.
shots to the adults.
I love that.
Neighbor across the street actually turns his garage and backyard into a haunted village type thing. People go all out for this holiday very
I
often.
think I think we're seeing, I've said this a couple of years ago, we're seeing a little bit of a resurgence.
Yeah,
To be honest with you, I think COVID helped it out. I think people were so burned out during the nothing was open phase that now they're like, we need to get back to the basics. But I've seen this resurgence for holiday time too, not just Halloween. We're seeing a lot of people go all out and really have some fun with it and just enjoy it. And yeah, I've run into, man, dude, we go trick or treating and there's the kid stuff, and then there's a bowl of Jello shots for the adults, and
yeah.
then there's like the kids cooler with Capri Suns, and then there's the adult cooler with beer and cocktails. And I'm grabbing and walking around like, let's go, baby.
Yeah, and the kids are home and in bed by 10, and the parents are still somewhere out in the neighborhood.
I know. I know for a fact because Luke, every year he gets that second rush, and I'm like, hey, buddy, why don't you take a real quick shower because you've been sweaty, and or maybe you have makeup on or something. So he'd take that real quick shower, get his jammies on. I always tell him you can eat a couple pieces of candy. I don't care. We're not going to be healthy. We usually put on something cool to watch, and my man is out within like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
He's done. I'm on the couch finishing the movie, like, all right, yeah. So we big announcement for Brandon and Luke's adventures for 2025. Next September, and we haven't locked in the dates yet. This is harder than Disneyland, let me tell you. We are going to Salem for 3 days. We are making the pilgrimage to Salem, and it's been on my bucket list for a while. And Luke is, he didn't even know what it is till I tell him, like, hey man, it's a cool town, Halloween town. They killed witches. And he's like, yeah, I'll go. Because Luke is down for any trip. Oh, we gotta go? Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
So we're going. I'm working on booking the hotels now, and I gotta tell you, this is one of the hardest things I've ever done because of how many people go through there from September to the end of October.
Yeah.
I've been doing a ton of research on it. It's not something that you plan last minute. You definitely plan it a year out. The the hotels that I'm looking at right now, I have to call them and they don't even have dates available for three, like November, September, October, November at all. And it's because I haven't released them yet. There's a couple Airbnbs there.
I was gonna say, check
Uh,
the Airbnbs.
yeah, there's a couple good ones there that have decent rates. Um, but I want to, we're not taking a car. We're flying into Boston. We're taking the Uber from Boston to Salem. It's like a 40-minute trip. Who cares? And there's no reason to get a car in Salem. The parking's ridiculous anyway. So you just park and, walk around. So we're going, and it's just a matter of, I'd like to time it on that first Thursday, because every first Thursday of October, they do the Halloween parade and it launches through the town.
Now, and what, am I right? Since this is a leap year, then Halloween will be on a Saturday next year.
Halloween will be on a Friday next year.
Will it be on a Friday or does it
Yeah,
skip?
yeah. We already did the leap year, so it's on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I already looked, but we're not going for Halloween. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I want to go either right after his birthday in September, because I've talked to a lot of people and they're like, look, regardless of the Halloween stuff, right, his birthday's the end of September, so people will have it decorated, but he said they're like the whole town is that way regardless. So
And he's a good little reader too, because during the summertime or something, maybe get him a book that's appropriate for his age group that's all about Salem, and
I'm going to, yeah.
he'll
Yeah.
start boning up on it.
But they have other cool stuff. I mean, besides the obvious stuff that I'm into and that he'll be into, the historical side of it, they've got a pirate museum that has all the pirate ship, like real pirate ships and artifacts that you
Right.
can go to. They've got this amazing candy sweet shop downtown. You know what I mean? Like, and being able to like, also, we're right by the coast. I can sit there and walk right by the pier, walk on the ocean. We're not gonna go swimming, but
I don't know
So
how
yeah,
far,
that
I don't know how far away it is, but even make a side trip to Plymouth and see the Plymouth Rock.
yeah, I don't know exactly. It's close. I don't look, I'll be honest with you. I'm limited because I'm not doing a car, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I can Uber and take the trolley. My biggest thing is Luke's still old enough to get that fold-up wagon for another year or two. We're
Right.
gonna, and we're gonna bring masks and stuff and just walk around. I want to take them to
I'm
where the
sure you will.
I want to show them where the witch trials were. They have that whole
It's, yeah.
memorial.
Yeah,
Um,
here's my bag and here's Luke's bag. Oh, and the trunk is our costumes for the weekend.
but we're working on it. I haven't booked it yet. I've already blocked out those dates. But I'm working on it. So hopefully, I mean, I know we're gonna go. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of, is it gonna be early September, late September? Am I gonna make it October? Either way, we're gonna make the best out of it. So
But it's going to make for a great trash talk after you go. That's for sure.
absolutely, lots of footage, lots of podcasts. It's gonna be great, guys.
All right, well, you go out, have a great Halloween, make it a safe Halloween, and then come back next Tuesday, and we'll sit down and we'll share our candy.
Absolutely.
Take care. Bye.